What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's dive into TNA No Surrender from February the 23rd, 2024. This was an okay show, but it felt like most of these matches could have taken place on a random episode of TNA Impact. That's just what it felt like. So let's go ahead and get into the pre-show real quick. So the Rascals, they defeated the team of Mike Bailey and Trent Seven with the help of Steve Maclin. Then the System, which is Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, they defeated Kushida and Kevin Knight. Thank the creator, I didn't watch either tag match on the pre-show. I should have watched the Rascals though. They are good. However, the System, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, fuck them. Moving on. First match of the night, we kicked this off with Frankie Kazarian versus Eric Young. And I wanted to burn my television. I am so fucking tired of Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian, Moose, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, all those guys. Get them off of television, please. Those guys are not over. This is my main gripe with TNA. Stop bringing in guys that don't draw you guys a dime. Enough is enough. These guys are all washouts. I don't care the fact that Frankie Kazarian has turned heel. Who cares? That doesn't mean anything. Have him be a backstage producer. Send him to Eric Young. And he now a quote-unquote locker room leader. Have him just be that. Like, damn. Oh, my God. And the winner of this gets a shot at the title at Sacrifice in 2 weeks. Eric Young wins because Frankie Kazarian is arguing with the referee. This allows for Eric Young to roll up Frankie Kazarian with a crucifix. Post-match, Frankie Kazarian beats the shit out of a referee. And that was it. Who gives a fuck? Like, this is a waste of time. Moving on. So, Gia Miller, she interviewed the Grizzled Young Vets. They told ABC the match wouldn't be pretty. And they warned them to grit your teeth, mate. Grit your teeth. So, this was the third and final match of the best of three series between the Ace and Bay Connection versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. So, the Ace and Bay Connection, they won. This was a great match. This was great. The crowd loved it. I was really into this. This was a really good work rate match. This could have went either way. But the ABC, they get the win. Ace Austin gets the win via the fold. So that makes sense. I don't know what they're going to do with the Grizzled Young Vets. I don't know. I hope that the Grizzled Young Veterans, they decide to stick around. I don't see why they wouldn't. That tag division needs some life into it. I don't see them going to AEW. I don't. I just don't. So hopefully they can stick around in TNA a little bit more. Hopefully they actually get signed to TNA. Because they're awesome. Their character work has been good. Has been good. They're in this little mini feud, so I've dug it. I dug it. Moving on. So we see a clip of the Rascals defeating Mike Bailey and Trent Seven on the Countdown show. So the Rascals and Steve Maclin, they cut a promo saying they're going to be draped in gold in due time. And then Mike Bailey and Trent Seven, they ran in to try to attack them, but security broke them up. Okay, that's all right. Moving on. PCO versus Khan. It was a DQ because Khan brought in a steel chair. And then basically PCO and Khan had a brawl that lasted for a good 3 to 4 minutes, where Khan put PCO's head in a steel chair and he did the neck crank, and that's how we ended the segment. This is fine, but then again, I don't understand why they continue to put PCO in these spots. PCO is another guy that needs to be off the roster and just be a producer. Enough is enough. We get the whole you can't kill him gimmick. You could literally throw him off the Empire State Building and PCO probably will get back up. Not literally, though, but you know what I mean. It just doesn't make sense. Enough. moving on. So, Alex Shelley, he had a backstage interview. A backstage meeting with Kevin Knight and Kushida and Chris Sabin in the dressing room. So, Alex Shelley urged them to support him in the title match tonight and not to throw in the towel, no matter how bad he gets hurt. And Kushida and Kevin Knight, they agreed. Okay, cool. Moving on, Rosemary and Havoc, a.k.a. Decay, versus MK Ultra and Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly for the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships. My girls, MK Ultra, they win via the snowplow. And then post-match, MK Ultra, they attack Decay post-match, but Danny Luna and Jody Threat, they made the save. So this is fine. I don't really understand why MK Ultra lost the tag titles at Hard to Kill back in January. That still boggles my mind. I don't understand. And it seems right now they're just hot potatoing the the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. It seems like that's what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. And speaking of Danny Luna, where's Subculture? Is Subculture, are they injured? Are they injured? Like, that's weird. Like, we haven't seen them in quite some time. I don't know, but this is fun. And then I still want to know why all of a sudden did TNA decide to turn Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly heel? Like, why is MK Ultra, like, why are they heel? I don't get it. That's something that boggles my mind, but I guess we'll get an explanation at some point. Moving on. So, the System, they have a backstage meeting with Moose. Moose urged them not to throw in the towel at all. Moving on, who cares? Josh Alexander versus Simon Gotch. Josh Alexander defeated Simon Gotch. And this match went on forever. You mean to tell me the story of this match was Josh Alexander defeated Simon Gotch before he got signed to TNA Impact? Like, what kind of story is that? That makes no sense. And this match could have easily ended it in like 8 minutes. I don't get it. Josh Alexander is not the fucking guy. He's not it. I don't understand why Anthem continues to push Josh Alexander. It's over for him. Enough is enough. And they just picked him up. There was an option on his contract. He works for TNA for another year, so he's done with the promotion in 2025, which is fine. But I mean, once he's done with TNA, where's Josh Alexander gonna go? He's not gonna go to WWE. He's too old. He's not gonna go to AEW. He would just be doing stuff on Rampage and Collision. If I was Josh Alexander, I would just go to MLW, if we're being honest. But Josh Alexander, I don't understand why they're still trying to push him. I just don't get it. I don't. I really don't. Moving on. So AJ Francis, a.k.a. Top Dollar, he approached with Rich Swann and said just because their opponents on Explosion doesn't mean they have to be enemies. So I guess Explosion is the pre-show before... Well, yeah, it's Explosion. Before that, it was before the Impact. But Explosion is basically just like the pre-show before the main TNA show. That's fine, I guess. Who cares? Moving on. Moose versus Alex Shelley for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This was a no-surrender match. So basically, Moose had a white towel. No, Moose had a green towel, and Alex Shelley had a white towel. So Moose and Alex Shelley, they beat the shit out of each other with kendo sticks and chairs and all that shit. And then Kushida, he throws in the towel because Moose decides to wrap himself in a steel chain and spear Alex Shelley. I believe it was 3 times. He was about to go for the 4th and final spear, and then Kushida just throws in the towel. So it is what it is. I mean, This is definitely a TNA concept. This is definitely a TNA concept. This is kind of interesting, I would say. It's interesting to, some extent. But can we please get rid of Alex Shelley as well? The same with Moose. Like, enough. Like, come on, man. Like, damn. Why are we still pushing these guys? Good God. Moving on. So, Ash by Elegant's assistant, he got into the ring. I forgot his name. And he obnoxiously introduced Ash by Elegance, a.k.a. Dana Brooke. So she watched Jordynne Grace versus Giselle Shaw. Jordynne Grace defeats Giselle Shaw with the Juggernaut Driver for the 1-2-3. And it looks like they're probably going to set up a program between Ash by Elegance and Jordynne Grace, which I'm actually excited for. I think that'd be pretty cool. I personally think that Jordynne Grace is above TNA. I think she needs to be in either WWE or AEW. Whenever Jordynne Grace's contract is up, whenever it's up, whether it's later on in 2024 or next year in 2025, Jordynne Grace deserves to be on a bigger and better platform. She's just too good to be in TNA. She's too good. When she left last year to find herself or whatever, she should have just never came back. She really should have went to WWE. I could see her being used very well in NXT. That would have been great. She could have worked with like Roxanne Perez, Kalani Jordan, Kiana James, Fallon Henley, and so many others. I mean, Jordynne Grace deserves better. She really does deserve better. I just don't understand like why she's still in TNA. I don't. I mean, the girl's good. She's great. I mean, I could see her against, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill. The list goes on and on and on, man. Jordynne Grace has got to get the fuck out of TNA. She's got to. There's literally nothing else she can do with TNA. There's nothing else she can do. She's already reached the top already, like multiple times. There's just nothing else she can do for the promotion. I just don't see anything else she can do. I really, truly don't. I don't. She definitely deserves better. So I guess they're going to set up a feud between Dana Brooke and Jordynne Grace. It'll probably happen at Rebellion. Moving on. So Jake something, he cut a promo. He said that the X Division title was right where it belonged, in the main event. He said he'll be watching, and that 2024 is the year that he wins the X Division title. And I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. Jake something is going to be something. I've said for months on end, back in 2023, that Jake something should have already been X Division champion. Jake something is that dude. Jake something is someone that can be world champion also. The guy looks fucking amazing. No homo. He looks amazing. Jake something looks amazing. He's great. He is great. He's believable. He is a guy that you can build a wrestling promotion around and be taken serious. I'm not going to hold you guys up. You guys know that's the truth. Hopefully, Jake something does become X Division champion. Main event, Chris Sabin versus Mustafa Ali for the X Division championship. This match was fun. I'm not going to hold you guys up. This match was fun. Chris Sabin actually worked heel towards the end of this match. He brought out a more aggressive side to him. Ali didn't flip around as much as he usually does. He worked a more ground and pound type of style, or more brawler style, or more technical style, with more like, German suplexes and holds and all that. So that was great. Towards the end of the match, the Good Hands, who shouldn't be on television at all, they try to get involved, and Chris Sabin fights them off. Chris Sabin also takes out Mustafa Ali's bodyguards or security guards. And then the finish came when Mustafa Ali hit a sunset flip bomb, and then he followed it up with the 450 splash pin for the 1, 2, 3, and new X Division champion Mustafa Ali. This is great. This was tremendous. I love this. Mustafa Ali being in TNA is tremendous. This is great. This is great. I am so happy for Mustafa Ali and for Nick Nemeth, a.k.a. Dolph Ziggler. I'm so happy for those two guys. I think these guys will be very, very successful in TNA and in New Japan. This is great. This is tremendous. This is absolutely tremendous. I love this move. I love this. I really do. And I hope that TNA locked Mustafa Ali into a multi-year deal, at least like a 3-year deal, where he's just TNA exclusive as well as New Japan. And this is great. I love this. Mustafa Ali winning was the right decision. It makes sense. It's believable. Mustafa Ali winning clean was great too. And the crowd loved it. The crowd definitely loved it. And I enjoyed watching it. This was a fun match. This was definitely a fun match. Overall, to me, this was a 3-match show. Basically, the main event, Mustafa Ali and Chris Sabin, as well as MK Ultra and Decay, and then also ABC versus the Grizzly Young Vets. So to me, this was a 3-match show, 3 matches that I really cared about. Everything else on the show just was not important to me outside of those 3 matches I just mentioned. But No Surrender was okay, but for the most part, it just felt like another extension of a TNA Impact TV show, if we're being honest. That's just what it felt like. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.